Patchwork is a platform that lets friends contribute towards one big gift or experience, piece by piece. I'd had the idea for about 2 years before I started it, and I made huge efforts to not start a business because I was working as a brand consultant. I really enjoyed the company I was working for, Eat Big Fish. They were brilliant, and my work-life balance was perfect, and I had 2 small young children, and I thought starting a business is going to be a really bad idea. But my brain just would not let it lie. So I just had this sort of itch going on and on and on that wouldn't let me sleep. And finally my husband said to me, do you know what, you're getting really boring. You just need to start the business. And basically he just said, what's the worst that can happen? I think I was really paralysed by fear, and I knew it would be hard, and I just couldn't take the leap. But actually it became more exhausting not starting the business. So knowing I had to go out and raise the money, I had an idea. Actually, it was a friend's idea who suggested to me that we raise it through a patchwork of individual investors, which would make a whole load of sense given the nature of our business. And so we raised £250,000 from 25 individual investors. And we did it within about 2.5, 3 weeks, which was amazing. And I think that was one of the most brilliant things that we did at the very beginning, which I don't give myself credit for. It was my friend's idea. But it meant that not only did we have the money we needed to get going, and we ensured we had a buffer. We knew that that difficult first year, actually that difficult first 18 months, we wouldn't be making any money. So we gave ourselves a buffer, as well as building the platform, making sure we had the team and the skills we needed, giving ourselves that runway. But also what was amazing was we then had 25 people who brought talent, skills, connections, advice, who could come with us along the journey, because as a startup you are pretty much on your own. You know, there were 3 of us at the beginning, and we're still a really small team of 5 people, but we have that 25 sort of team, you know, strong team of wider connections, which have been really, really useful for us. I think one of the best things about running Patchwork, as opposed to any business, so running our business, is that every morning, literally, we walk into our studio and we see that couples have been making patchworks for their weddings as an alternative to a traditional gift list, to ask people to fund the most amazing honeymoons, or to contribute towards a work of art that they've been dreaming of, or to help them do up the kitchen, or buy a patch of woodland, or a camper van, or joint tattoos. So it's literally every day when we come in, it's like, oh my God, wow, we are making people's dreams happen. Like, it sounds so cliched, but that is such a joy. So all of the crap, all of the difficulties, all the challenges, all the things that go wrong, all the stuff you have to work through, you can actually just go, wow, we do something which is really useful and really beautiful and really quite magical. And I mean that like gives me goosebumps still. My one piece of advice would be to seek lots of advice, to actually listen to it, don't just nod, take it on board, and then step back and decide for yourself, with a few key people, what works for you. Because I think when you ask for advice, people will give it very, very generously, and people come from very different positions and have very different points of view. And whilst it's important, it's crucial that you take on advice, it's also important that you take a breath, because you can't do everything. You have to decide for yourself what works for you. Knowing where my home is, being at home here in Brockley, I am a Londoner, South East Londoner through and through, so I'm never leaving. Being surrounded by my friends, my family, my neighbours, living in a community that I love, that is very creative and supportive, and then having time, I think, time for food and wine and long Sunday afternoons. Yeah, just time to enjoy life. Since starting my own business, temporarily at least, I've definitely been poorer. It's not about wealth. I haven't generated more wealth for myself. But the work I do gives me real joy, so it doesn't feel like hard work. And I think the good life for me is balancing up the work that I enjoy, that I love, and the time to be with friends and family. And that's probably it. Yeah, I don't think it's hard. Tell you what, my flat is an absolute wreck. That's what that's what success looks like to me. My flat is on hold while I've been running this business. And I think success will look like not moving and buying a mansion somewhere. It will look like exactly like my flat in Brockley, but without cracks in it, and with a nice fresh lick of paint and a new kitchen and a bathroom. And I see my retirement still living in Brockley and still sitting in my garden, just chilling with my husband, watching our children grow up as we grow old, really. That's it. With wine. And cheese.